All right, extra practice for transformation of functions. So we're just going to do problems 5 through 8. And these are the options right here. All right, and it says some will be used more than once, others will not be used. All right, let's take a look here. Number 5. 5a, what does the plus 3 do? Well, you can see the function right here. The plus 3 is added to the whole function, all right? It's not just added to x. If it was in the parentheses, like x plus 3, then it would just be added to x. But when it's outside, the plus 3 is added to the whole function. So that makes it go up 3. All right, and what does the negative sign on x do? Well, when you multiply the x, just the x values, by a negative, that reflects over the y-axis. All right, so when you multiply just the x by a negative, it reflects over the y-axis. If you had multiplied the entire function, if you took f of x and multiplied that by a negative, it would reflect over the x-axis. All right, number 6. This is the function here. What does the 3 do? All right, well, the 3 is out front. The 3 is multiplying times the whole function here. All right, so if you take f of x and you multiply it by 3, you're multiplying the y value by 3. And that's going to be a vertical stretch. All right, you multiply the y values by 3, it's just going to increase or decrease faster. What does minus 1 do? The minus 1 is applied just to the x. When you add or subtract to the x, that shifts it left or right. And remember, it's reversed. So a minus 1 does not shift it left. It makes it go right. I'll just write RT. It makes it go right by 1 unit. What does minus 4 do? Well, just like in problem 5, the minus 4 is outside of the parentheses. It's applied to the whole function, not just the x. So if you subtract 4 from the function, that makes it go down 4. All right, up, down, positive and negative is what you would think. But for left, right, it's reversed. The negative actually goes right. All right, number 7. Here's our function right here. What does negative 1/2 do? Well, just like in problem 6, that negative 1/2 is multiplied by the entire function. All right, so that's a vertical compress. Actually, it does 2 things. That's a vertical compress because it's multiplied by a half. So it makes it increase or decrease slower. And the negative sign makes it reflect over the x-axis. You multiply the whole function, the y function, by a negative sign. That's going to reflect over the x-axis. All right, I'll check the answers and see if there's supposed to be 2 answers for that one. What does plus 3 do? Well, plus 3 is only applied to the x, so that makes it go left by 3 units. Plus 1, that's applied to the whole function, all right, not just the x, so that makes it go up 1. All right, finally, number 8. What does the 1/3 do? The 1/3 is times the whole function. So that's vertical compress. All right. What does the negative sign on x do? That reflects over the y-axis. All right. We said that before. You multiply the x by a negative, it reflects over the y-axis. And what does minus 1 do? Well, minus 1 is applied to the whole thing, so that makes it go down 1. All right, let's check the answers. Well, first, let's put in the letters. All right, to go up 3 shifts the graph up. That's answer C. All right, reflect over the y-axis. That's answer E. All right, so reflect over the y-axis is going to be answer E. Vertical stretch for, what is this? 6A, vertical stretch. That's answer H. Right 1. Shifts graph to the right. That's answer B. And down 4, shifts it down. That's answer D. All right, for number 7, vertical compress and reflect over the x-axis. So that's going to be G for the vertical compress and reflect over the x-axis. That's going to be F as well. So for part A, it's actually G and F. I don't know if they did both answers. All right, 7B makes it go left. That's answer A. And before, we already said if it goes up, that's answer C. Vertical compress, I think we said answer G. Yes. So for 8A, that's a G. Reflects over the y-axis. That's answer E. And down 1 to shift it down. That is answer D. All right, let's check the answers. Going backwards. All right, for number 8, it's GED. So we got that. GED, that one is correct. For number 7, IAC. All right. I got the A and the C correct. Let's see. The -1/2 is answer I. Oh, okay. They do have one for both. Reflect over the x-axis and vertically compress. So that's okay. That's what I said. I just chose the wrong letters. I had the right answer. That is answer I. All right. So 7 was correct. And for 6, HBD. Yes, 6 is HBD. And finally, number 5 is CE. Okay, very good. So I had them correct. So everything I explained was correct. I just chose the wrong letter answers for 7A.